Your car history check is just a record from insurance companies, from police, from DVLA, from finance companies. Regards to mileage records, again, if that mileage is recorded, doesn't mean the car will be not clocked. How the clocked cars gets counted. If it's visually, if it went for the MOT and the mileage was lower or higher, right, and then suddenly lower, or in the first 3 years there's not much of mileage traces, unless it goes into in some sort of accident damage, then it's been registered, the mileage gets logged somewhere, right, at some stage somewhere, or somebody suspects and it reports through there is some sort of organization which is just basically random bullshit, right? That car history check doesn't say physically the car haven't been clocked. It just says no one has registered a mileage discrepancy example. That's what it means. So same with the insurance write-offs, right? That information gets shared at that particular time. So when you do the check, there is like at least for the insurance write-off declaration could be a month's delay. You know, so that means at one point there's nothing, and then suddenly you do after a week or two the car history check and there's a insurance write-off registered. So same as with cars stolen and non-stolen, same with the finance, there is a natural, like probably 7-day delay. You know, once somebody takes the finance, you might even cancel it, so they will not register there is a finance on it straight away. You see what I'm saying? So the car history check should be taken as a pinch of salt too. And you can't really do one, you know, especially if you are a buyer, you know, or especially if you're a seller. I mean, especially if you're a seller, because you're buying, keeping, and then selling, you need to do at least 3 car history checks when you're buying in a bulk, because you don't know what's going to end up. You don't know whether that car had an accident or not, or whether that car, how clean it will come, because you got no idea. Because somebody can add something, or it's in the process be added, and there is the time delay, you know, and then you do after a week, or after a day, suddenly there's something on it. You know, that is car history check. So that means anything what you see there doesn't mean it will not appear, because you might buy a car and somebody registers as stolen, and then after 2 or 3 days, police knocks on the door, and then again after 2 days there is a log registered the vehicle is stolen. So same as you're buying a car, it doesn't mean car comes clean, right? And it doesn't mean the car never been in an accident, because every accidents which are covered by the insurance and repaired to manufacturer standards, sort of, right, they will never appear. It doesn't say never been an accident. It just says the insurance company haven't written it off. You know, so that means if the insurance company does repair it, it will not show up as an accident damaged car. You know, and to people, a lot of people take that it's a misconception, right? So therefore, most of the people assume it's never been an accident. And it's false. It could have an accident, it could have lease respray, cellar improvements, you might just damage the bumper removed, respray, somebody crashed in a car from the back and it was just a bumper respray, there will be new bumper respray. But that's fine, those are minor things, right? Same applies to the bodywork, rest of the panels, damages. Some sort of vandalism, you driven into bush, or you driven into a tree, or you reversed into somewhere, or somebody reversed into you, you know. So they will be, let's say, doors replaced and resprayed. These are typical things. Somebody driven into the front, headlight broken, wing damage, bumper, so those will be replaced. But that will not show up on a car history. On a car history check, will only show up when the insurance will decide to write the vehicle off. Period. That applies to the police stolen records, salvage records, mileage records, finance records, you know, anything what you see in a car history check. Some of the car history check information is complete additional random, where that information doesn't come from DVLA, but there is a different source where how by the VRM you recognize the vehicle information and rest of the sort of data which comes from like some additional associations where they release the information, sell the information. Sometimes there can be mistakes. It's automatic, but it's actually manual, or it's a manual and it's automatic. There could be mistakes of the of that additional data log about the vehicle. I mean, sort of the specs and specifications, dimensions, engine size. There can be a mistake, but that part comes from different sections, right? So again, can be taken with a pinch of salt, you know. It's just for information mostly. Your main thing is the logbook, the VIN number, engine number, and any additional things so you can identify that vehicle. Rest is just like fuel consumption. That can be wrong, you know. Anything else you see, it can be wrong because it's just the data comes from random places, right? That data doesn't come from DVLA. DVLA only, if you look on a logbook, DVLA doesn't even define that vehicle. Is it a manual or automatic? It's stupid. It's not in a logbook. You know, it should be. So how the system is classified actually in UK is a bit stupid, right? Where that information should be there. So there is a specific manufacturer. So that, let's say for the UK, those log numbers, I forgot how it's called. It's not a log number, but there is a number where when you register this vehicle, once the, let's say, DVLA gets this number from manufacturer, it will automatically populate the vehicle details, right? It will recognize it because it's built for the UK market. And that's how the sort of registration happens. All the information comes from manufacturer, right? And DVLA only registers based on that sort of specific number, you know, which is shared with DVLA from the manufacturer for this country, right? So that would be, that's why when you register a Japanese car, if you don't have that UK number, that's why you see on a logbook there is not even engine number, there's only VIN number, there's only make, there's no model, you know, because there is a restriction from registration from Japan. So you don't have, if you don't have this number, it would not register properly. So because of the country cross-border sales, if everyone will start importing cars and registering those cars from different countries, that's economy, right? Capitalism. They're not allowing, they're restricting sales by markets, by manufacturers. So they don't want you to import a Japanese car, registering that car as full of the details. It's just a DVLA. Even you providing the information, they still don't do it. There are some models that do it, but for most of them, they're deliberately leaving something out, even you providing them all the information. But that's separate to the